What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the triumphant return of Do You Even Read?
Do you even read?
Is this echoing? Am I using the right mic?
Yeah, you're echoing.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these. Actually, since before you launched the Frog G campaign. I think it was the last one that we did. And we've been saying we are going to do Lobo the Last Czarnian for a while, so here we are. This is what we is doing.
Yeah.
So as always, I got my homies Inkspots and Matt Bahr hanging out. We're going to be talking Lobo the Last Czarnian.
Such a great book.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Warning, this book is not recommended for geeks, wimps, dweebs, weenies, and those with a delicate constitution.
None of you pubic-haired backstabbers.
Right? Gross. This trade is copyright 1991, originally published in Lobo issues 1 through 4 in 1990.
Yeah,
So,
I got them all. I got them.
Oh, you got all the single issues?
Yeah, I got all the
Nice.
single issues.
Hell yeah. I have this trade, and I've got a bunch of the single issues. I don't know if I have all of these specifically. I know I have all of Lobo's back.
Yeah.
But that came out later.
I was missing number 3, and so I ordered it online, and once it got here, I found my issue number 3. So I have 2
Nice.
issue 3s.
It is time for a beer, and let's say hi to the chat. Oh, we got a commie Mark. I firmly plant this Soviet flag into the ground and declare first. What's up, commie Mark?
Hail, comrade.
Hail, comrade. Joseph Dredd, hail. Third, confirmed. I mean, Feline's right. I guess I don't count in this regard. I do all the counting. What's up, Flying Feline? Good to see you, beautiful. Thank you for coming to hang out.
Hey,
If I can-
flying feline.
Hell, fine.
Should have poured this to when the intro was running. But, whatever. All right. Score.
To the church.
Okay. Let's see. Wow. Second, third, doesn't matter. Good to see you guys. What's up, Cement Shoes? Thanks for coming to hang out, man. Appreciate you being here.
Cement shoes.
Good to see you, Joseph Dredd. So, when was the first time you guys encountered Lobo? Was this the first story, the Last Czarnian?
This is first for me.
What about you, Matt?
I think I'd seen him before that. I think I'd seen him in something else.
Well, he showed up in Legion of Superheroes, and he was kind of like a generic villain with a fucking terrible
Horrible
costume.
costume.
Yeah. No, I don't remember him that. I remember him like in his current, incarnation where he's a fucking punk rocker guy or whatever. I remember seeing that, and I remember seeing it before this one. Like I remember knowing that he was like the last Czarnian or whatever.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because he had some miniseries before this, right?
No, this is as far as I know. This is the first. This is the first miniseries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy that's like was knocking around though before that. It's not like he just didn't just appear, right? Like he was in some shit before that. I mean, other than like the really shitty image of him.
Yeah.
He's, like, on, like, the
he
weird
first appeared in
motorcycle.
Omega Men number 3 in 1983. He was first introduced as a hardened villain in the 1980s, but soon fell out of use with writers. He remained in limbo until his revival as a bounty hunter with his own comic in the early 90s. Writers attempted to use Lobo as a parody of the 1990s trend towards grim and gritty superhero stories, but he was instead enthusiastically accepted by fans of the trend.
He was supposed to be an All in the Family, and the same thing happened. Everybody liked it. They didn't despise it.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's because you got Giffen and Grant and Bisley,
And they got Bisley. I mean, they got the biz, so that's like... I don't know if he was he big back in the 90s yet, or was this like his first...
Not yet. Not yet. He was just knocking around and still making a name for himself in the 90s. I mean, he had done some stuff, but yeah, this was before he was the Biz.
Yeah, I mean, he had done like some heavy metal stuff, right? He had done some heavy metal covers and shit like that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the covers to this are fucking great, man. There's some great covers.
They are indeed. Let's see. Publication history. Let's see. Lobo was introduced as a regular in Keith Giffen and Roger Seifert's Green Lantern and Teen Titans spinoff Omega Man. Let's see. Oh, they changed his original origin. At that time, he was a Valorpian whose entire race had been exterminated by Scions and was partnered with Bedlam, whom he later killed, and the origin was later retconned. After a well-received appearance in Justice League International, Lobo became a regular character in Legion and its successor, Rebels.
Oh,
so that might have been where you ran into him.
Yeah.
In 1990, he appeared in his own 4-issue miniseries, The Last Czarnian. So that's what we're going over tonight.
Yeah, I think it was Legion because this like green dude, the Drax guy.
Yeah,
like
Vril Dox, is that?
Yeah, I forgot, but he was able
Dox.
to like basically put a leash on Lobo, and like basically he was able to like get Lobo to promise something, and once Lobo promises something, he never fucking breaks it. So
never
it's
reneges.
like, promise me you'll always be there when I need you, and Lobo goes like, fuck, I promise. So now the guy is like, hey, I need you, and like he has to like go help. But yeah, dude, I loved it, dude. Just like him just shooting people in half, and then people were like still talking while they were like blown in half. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Kicking people and breaking them apart. Like everybody that he met was like made out of putty. You know, they were all just like
over the top violence. I mean, and that's really Lobo's stock and trade. You know.
Yeah.
That's I'm trying to
Yeah,
find
and I mean,
his original costume because it's so bad.
He's like riding on like a really weird like space motorcycle, kind of a like sky cycle.
Yeah, it's
right?
got like a power plant in it and shit. It's
Yeah.
And I mean, they not only have Bisley, but they had Giffen in there, and he was really the workhorse on this series because he did writing and he did like all the breakdowns that Bisley, just did his finishes over. And if you look at the breakdowns, they're pretty much dead on what Bisley traced over them. So, I mean, Giffen
Bisley
did a
just
lot
did
of the
his
work.
thing over.
Yeah,
you know.
So, because if you look at the other miniseries that Giffen did, I mean, the artwork almost looks identical. So there wasn't a huge amount of Bisley in the interiors, but there was some. But mostly, it's just those beautiful covers that he did that really grab your attention.
Well, again, Biz wasn't, the Biz like he is now.
Yeah.
He was doing like we said, he was doing the covers and whatnot.
And his storytelling probably wasn't up to snuff yet, so that's why they had Giffen do all the breakdowns for all the pages.
Yeah.
I would guess, anyway.
But I mean, Giffen's great, man. He's a great storyteller, Yeah. All right, here you go. So this is what Lobo's original costume looked like. This is his first appearance. And
Look at him.
yeah.
What the hell is
just
that?
a little goofy. That's all. Just a little bit.
Like orange and
purple. I mean, an orange and purple bodysuit. I mean, he looks. What is that one dude from the Metallic, the Metal Men, Metamorpho or something like that?
Yeah,
That's what he looks like.
Metamorpho. That's what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So I
a
don't know.
horrible. It's probably worth a lot of bucks now, I would guess.
Oh, I'm
appearance
sure.
of Lobo.
let's
And it was
see.
probably a low print run, being like Omega Man. I couldn't imagine like it had a huge print run.
I mean, it's actually not super expensive. 9.2 CGC first appearance Lobo is sold on eBay for $105.
$105. Yeah.
You can get a non
Get it now
CGC
before they make the movie.
for $80. Right?
Before they get Jason Momoa to play Lobo.
Jason Momoa, Lobo, no. Don't do it.
I mean, they're going to
somebody
end
was
the
like, nah, that's
Aquaman
bullshit.
franchise so they can have him play Lobo, apparently.
Oh, God, I hope not. That'd be a bad choice for Lobo.
Yeah. I agree. They need to find somebody else.
They'll
What's up, Double Flyer?
recast Aquaman with Zac Efron. So Zac Efron will be Aquaman, and then we'll get a.
Oh, God. Horrible.
I mean,
No, you need somebody a little grittier than that to play Lobo, man. Because he tried to be Conan. You know, they tried to make him Conan. That didn't work either.
Nah.
So.
well, I mean, to be fair, that movie was kind of shit. I don't know if that movie. I don't know if that was necessarily Momoa's fault.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I
Yeah.
think The Rock, if they would have made him less cheesy, could have been a good Conan step in, but they
Yeah,
can never
I mean,
make The Rock.
The Rock
less
they
cheesy.
did
The Rock
the
is
Scorpion
kind of
King.
cheesy, though.
Remember they did the Scorpion King with
Yeah.
The Rock? That was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his Conan. You know, he put the wig on. Yeah,
That really
Conan.
shitty CGI, like horrible CGI.
Yeah, that CGI did not age well. That is true. Flying Feline says orange and purple are witchy Samhain colors, therefore OG goth. Okay. All right. Fair, I guess. Doesn't change the fact that costume is goofy as fuck, though.
It's a horrible.
What's up, Kevlar? Good to see you, Matt. Welcome. All right, so let me go ahead and bring this up because I got it digitally, so we can all see what's going on.
Nice.
Yeah. And so you got Bisley kicking
that
it off
covers.
with these covers, man. He's
He's like a multimedia. I mean, he does acrylics, but you can see colored pencils and all kinds of, ink, all kinds of shit in that cover. So
yeah.
it just looks great. And he's known for like just taking household items and using them in his paint to make like texture and
Really?
all kinds.
Oh
of,
yeah. I mean, he was doing that shit before Dave McKean was.
Yeah,
Probably
'cause
around the
there's,
same
like,
time. I mean, Dave McKean was doing Sandman in like the late '80s. So yeah.
Yeah, there's like interviews with him like, "What's your painting process?" And he's like, "I don't fucking know. Whatever I could get my hands on,
Whatever fucking
does it."
works. Give me a
Yeah.
goddamn beer. Yeah,
There-
I
and
love
it's
the detail.
hard to find him actually painting. I only found one video of him actually painting, and it was him painting a picture on a leather jacket, and that was the only thing I could find of him actually painting. So
Huh.
there's some of him doing inks, but I couldn't find anything with him painting because I wanted to see kind of how he started and stuff.
Yeah, what's his process?
process.
How is he?
Yeah,
How
Yeah.
you doing it?
but I could find nothing, man.
Right. That's a shame because I would this piece in particular, this cover is awesome. I mean, that's an eye-catching cover,
Oh yeah.
and
Well,
it
it's just,
sets the
especially when you
tone.
know he's using acrylics just to get that level of smoothness and
my
it's
God.
really, really hard.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
while we're talking about this, can you go ahead and hit like and share?
Yes, please listen to Matt. Hit the like button, share,
Shoot it
subscribe,
out on
all that
Twitter?
fun stuff.
Skeet, 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 skeet. Just shoot
That
shit
as
right
well.
on the-
That as well. We're gonna try to do these more often on a more regular basis. We kind of took a break while Ink was doing the Frog G campaign.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to do a little, and it's on the hour. It's 8 o'clock, and we're gonna have it's sunny, and we're gonna like and share.
Hit that like button,
It's a nice sunny day outside.
squeeze them nipples,
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh, we're not going there. This is that type of show.
Go ahead and like, share, subscribe for all the fun content here. And here we go. All right, so I actually grabbed this from a digital trade, which has like all of Lobo's first stuff. Like it's got the 4-issue miniseries. It's got the paramilitary Christmas special in it, and
Oh,
whatnot.
yeah.
It's got these cool little setup pages before each issue.
nice.
So yeah. So this issue is called "Portrait of a Psychopath," and I mean, opening shot right here. Look at this, Lobo sitting with his dolphins.
Yeah, it's good. He's like,
most violent murderer in the cosmos, and the space dolphins are his friends. He protects them and loves them.
and he's upset because someone wrote an autobiography about him, and he doesn't like what they wrote. So
Yep, the unauthorized biography of Lobo.
and
Yes,
it's
sir.
famous,
Longest
like,
fragging suicide note ever written.
Yep. He's like, you're fucking dead.
Oh yeah. And see, that's the thing about Lobo is that he's over the top violence. I mean, that's what he was supposed to be. It's what they were turning him into in this series here. And let's also be clear that Lobo is Space Wolverine.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Lobo is Space Wolverine without the claws.
But he's worse than Wolverine, though, because he is a psychopathic murderer. So
Well, he's a cosmic level. He operates out on a cosmic level, goes toe to toe with Superman. I mean, he's a cosmic level, but he's the same kind of character. He's got the same kind of abilities. He can track somebody with a scent. He can regenerate just about any part of his body. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and
he's
he
Space
comes
Wolverine.
from a perfect race. So there's like a planet where nobody gets sick. Everybody's
It's like Kryptonians or something, right?
Yeah, everybody's peaceful. There's no war, no strife, nothing. And then out of this completely, like, I don't know, like almost like this religious place where everyone's good,
Right.
comes the most evil being in the universe. So, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's evil, I guess, if you want to put it that way, or he's just a force of nature. He's just like,
he is a cosmic force of nature, destructive force of chaos, basically.
yeah.
What's up, some person? No, Fraga did not do this issue. This is Keith Giffen and Simon Bisley, written by Alan Grant. Let's see. Frag it and subscribe.
Giffen has the writing credits on it too, I believe. So.
Oh yeah, Keith Giffen and let's see. Oh, before we get into this, in the trade that I have here, there's a little opening bit, and I'm gonna make myself big so you guys can see this. Little opening bit here with some sketches, some Lobo sketches. Look at this shit. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
I mean, I love the looseness of it. Just getting a concept and a feel for the character.
Yeah, look at that headshot of Lobo, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's fucking badass.
Was that Bisley?
Yes, I believe it is.
Nice.
Yeah, here's some more.
Because he did do
That's
some
all it
Lobo
is.
later on where he did everything. He didn't do... he did the breakdown. He did the whole pages. There was no
Yeah.
breakdowns, so yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah. Portrait of a Psychopath, and that's where we are at now. But yeah, Keith Giffen and Alan Grant did the plotting duties on this. I think Grant did like the actual scripting, but Giffen did the layouts. So a lot of storytelling done by Giffen, and then Bisley finishing up the artwork. So Fetal's Gizzard. Bastard can't give me a minute's peace. The first time I heard him say Fetal's Giz, I thought he was saying Fetal's Jizz.
Vital's jizz.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was saying. It turns out he's not. So, yeah.
I love that first long panel right there.
This one?
It's
Yeah, the tall one.
Fucking great. He's so punk rock right there. Just like, Gah!
I'm coming. Hold your fracking water. Jesus.
So Vril
and then
Docs.
there's Real Docs. Yeah.
So he got in a fight with Lobo, and the rules were if he won, that Lobo would have to join Legion and do what he said. So that's why he's stuck in Legion. And he thinks for sure that Vril Docs cheated to beat him. So.
Well, he did, right?
Didn't he? Didn't he?
Yeah, he
cheat to
did.
beat him?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Lobo doesn't know how or how to prove it.
Right.
There's like a radio station that's like constantly like playing music, and it's playing in Lobo's head. Right? Do you remember this storyline?
Oh yeah, they actually talk about this.
Okay, they do
in this book. Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was just the coolest thing. This dude walking around with like fucking like the fastest
pirate
speed metal
station
playing at all times in his fucking head. Like he's just like everybody's talking to him and he's just fucking thrashing out in his head like fucking. It's fucking dope.
Yeah. So this is Vril saying, "Hey, I've got a job for you. You need to do this." He's like, "It's gonna have to wait. I gotta go find this motherfucker that wrote this book." And he's like, "I believe I beat you fair and square, and the deal was you work for me." Yeah, okay. What do you want? An assassin, kidnapping, multiple maim, and torture. I need a prisoner escort. And he's like, "Oh fuck." So shoots off, and he's pissed off that he's got to be a delivery boy. And there's his fucking space hog.
Yeah, it's got the skull on the front. It's pretty cool.
And Vril here talking about how the person that Lobo is now being asked to escort is the person that wrote the unauthorized biography of Lobo. And okay, so here's an excerpt from the book. I thought this was a really cool touch throughout the this 4-issue miniseries. Chapter 1, A Serpent Eaten. So this basically gives like Lobo's real origin now. This is where they retconned Lobo's origin. He's a Czarnian. The planet of Czarnia was this pristine, paradise. They didn't know war. They didn't have words for war. They didn't have words for disagreement really at all. It was a perfect, peaceful world. And
they didn't have police, discipline, prisons, nothing.
Yep, nothing like that. Czarnia, paradise of peace, love, and quiet joy, where the days were long and the nights were golden, and the dream of every dreamer was fulfilled. There was no war, there was no hunger. Death came only to those who chose it as an alternative to everlasting life. There was no violence. There was not even a word for quarrel or dispute or hatred. And this is the tongue-in-cheek, over-the-top shit that they did in this entire series. Beyond the phrase, translatable as, "I mildly disagree with you and am more than willing to enter in a harmonious dialogue with a view to resolution thereof. But first, let's share a goblet of nectar and slab of melt-in-the-mouth ambrosia while admiring the perfect form of some aesthetically ecstatic work of art." Like, that is totally Giffen and Grant going over the fucking top right there. Fucking love that shit. And then over here, let's see.
Feline is faster.
Faster. Even as a 5-year-old, he was unbelievably ferocious, a fact attested to by his first ever principal, Egon Ng, whose throat was the odious child ripped out in a temper tantrum. When the neighbors found him, scrawled on the floor in his own blood was the message, "My faith in the natural goodness of the scheme of things has been severely shaken, if not totally destroyed. I rejoin the universal one. Farewell, paradise. P.S. For your own sake, create the concept of police, punishment, and prison." Yes, it took a lot of blood. Mr. Ng was a long time dying. For a time, there was excited discussion. Police, punishment, prison. What in the name of cornucopian bliss were they? Yeah. So Lobo was born into a perfect world, and he was the antithesis to all of the pristine wonder of that world. And yeah. So throughout this series, you get excerpts from that book. And so Onidia 6, where he's going to pick up his prisoner, and this dude that's a head on a robot is giving him all kinds of lip. "A smart ass, huh? Don't push me, pal. We eat your type here for breakfast." Uh-huh.
This guy kind of asked for it, though. Like,
what?
Yeah. I mean, Lobo yanks him in the elevator. He kept pushing him, so he got what he deserved.
She tutored our beloved leader's son. That's a crime. Flunking him is. Don't you me, boy. As the elevator's closing, nobody me around here unless they got my say-so. Got it? Ping, bam. Oh, miss, I think the chief had a heart attack. Or something else of a fatal nature.
I like how he's checking out the female guard's ass in that first panel. He's like, "Hey, what's up, baby?"
At a general interest bookstore in Blake's Oven. So these guys are fans of
Los
Lobo.
Lobos.
Yeah, they're the sons of Lobo is what they call themselves, and they're basically Lobo fanboys, and they are pissed off about this book as well. selling this rip-off garbage, pissing on the man. And this is really this stuff right here really reminds me of Bisley's like 2000 AD type stuff. You know what I mean? Like this really feels
Judge
like a 2000
Dredd
AD book
kind of stuff. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
totally got a Judge Dredd feel. Or
I
what's
love that
what's
helmet,
that one?
man.
What is that one fucking book with the dude in the hat and like the gimp mask and whatnot?
Martial Law or something?
Martial Law. Thank you, Matt. Yes. Kind of reminds me of Martial Law a little bit. That same kind of style. But yeah, so these guys, they're going to go find the bitch that wrote that book, and they're gonna end her.
This tells
Read that
Lobo.
too slow. I want cornucopian bliss.
This page of the book tells how Lobo destroyed his entire race so that he could be the only one left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wanted to be the only one.
Yep.
So fucked up.
He murdered billions so that he could be the last Zarnian.
Murdered his entire planet so that he was the only one left.
Not
and
just
laughed
murdered.
about it.
He created this insect that burrowed into them, and once they got stung, they were paralyzed. Then it burrowed into them and took them hours and hours of agony to die. Like, not just killed billions, but he made billions suffer.
He made them agonizingly die.
Yeah. Horrible fuck.
What's 117 microns long, airborne, of scorpion-like appearance, and burrows into the flesh, causing great black blisters and severe blood poisoning over a prolonged period before resulting in agonizing and messy death? The Zarnians didn't know either. But Lobo went into his high school biology class, and he managed to create these awful, awful things. So Lobo's not dumb.
And they kind of contradict that, though. They kind of make him, come off like he's a moron. But then he's smart enough to genetically enhance and make an insect that can kill an entire race.
Well, maybe there was just, that kind of tech in the lab. He just, walked in and was like, hey, fabricator, make this. And the fabricator was like, sure, no problem. Not realizing that, the intent was straight up fucking
That's true, because
horrifying.
it came from a peaceful planet.
Yeah,
so.
a pure, peaceful world. They had no concept of evil like that. So, yeah.
Good
but
point.
I mean, he's not supposed to be stupid. He's not to use a German term, he's not a Dummkopf. But he's not super smart, and yeah. Also kind of Superman who had super genius. Well, I mean, Clark Kent's a reporter, so I mean he's not supposed to. Well, theoretically, he's not supposed to be dumb.
I also wonder if it's Superman is also super fast, right? So it's like the amount of time when you're like, hey, what's the capital of such and such?
Processing speed.
Yeah, his processing speeds are just faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he can operate at the same speed as the Flash and still perceive what's going on.
Right.
I'm sure
So
he can read at
that's
super
some
speed as well.
computations right there.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, 99.86% of accidents were wholly avoided, and then boom, billions of people dead, and went from a peaceful paradise utopia to a rotting corpse land in a day.
And he was drinking wine. He was like Nero. He was just drinking wine the whole time.
Yep. No,
love that
I don't
page,
believe it.
dude.
It can't be. It's infragging possible.
Dude, that page is so good.
Isn't it, though? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look how badass that shit is.
It's great. That's great stuff.
And just the emotion on his face. He's pissed. He's fucking pissed.
So Vril Docs completely freaking double-crossed him.
Another Zarnian! And you, of all the billions it could have been, it had to be you.
Look at that panel down there. He's so, he's so pissed.
Furious. You two know each other? Miss Tribb was my 4th grade teacher. You want to make something of it?
Yeah, he wants to just fucking kill her right now. He can't, though.
But he can't.
Because
he told Vril that he would bring her in alive.
Yep.
And so he's still reading the autobiography here. And, Chief Docs, we have a call coming in from Lobo. You bastard! You manipulating toad! You knew! This is fucking great. Ah, Lobo. I'm fine, thanks. And you? You creep, I'll turn you inside out for this. So anyway, Vril's like, yeah, no. You told me that you'd get her here safe and sound, alive. Actually, I thought she was more than fair to you in her book. Her? You mean she's the one who? He's like, yep, see you tomorrow. Alive. He's like, God
banging
damn it,
his
God damn
fucking
it,
head.
God damn it.
He's banging his head on the fucking countertop. He's so pissed. Bam, bam, headbutting the fucking.
Wham, wham. And then we go to another world here, Bastion of the Retired Gentlefolk. And so you've got these old biddies here that are sitting having their tea and having their oh dears. And is she the one who wrote that sleazy piece of trash? Yes, indeed, the hussy. She should be tarred and feathered. So, yeah, of course, we cannot suffer the pornographer to live. Ladies, the Legion of Decency paramilitary SWAT unit is needed again.
It's a legion of church ladies, and they are going to fucking kill you.
Yep.
That's great. That's just fucking great.
Yep. His fucking wrinkled old face here is fucking hilarious.
They have like a battleship and everything. Dude, that Lobo's looking sweet. Look at that.
I've never been so embarrassed in all my life. Why couldn't we have taken one of those lovely cruisers or a hover limo? Do you ever watch this thing? Do you ever put a sock in it? Tisk. God, this bitch reminds me of my grandmother. Don't use that tone of voice with me, young man. Slap! Kill, destroy, frag! If you're trying to scare me, it won't work. I know you have to take me in alive. I was talking about me. Damn it, stop slapping me.
I know.
It's fucking great. I love the interaction between the characters because Lobo he'd really just love to rip this bitch's head right off.
Well, really, the writing in the whole book is great. I mean, just like Vril Docs and his whole plot and everything, like it really does work. It even makes you interested in him, and he's just like a green guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good writing.
I had sunglasses like that in high school. That's fine. I mean, those are like librarian sunglasses. That's fine. But the way this old woman acts reminds me of my grandmother sometimes. My mom's mom, not my dad's mom. My dad's mom is awesome. My mom's mom is anyway. Thanks, some person. Appreciate it. So here's a cool establishing shot. It's like by the road gas station.
The snarf and barf.
Yeah. The scarf and barf.
Scarf and barf.
Scarf and barf truck stop on Space Lane 66. Cheryl, honey, I know your dad needs the operation, but we need a new rig. Thousands of tons of curdled cheese. Suckers on Bex 11 love that gunk. Vomit in my rig? Hey, I says, you want to die? Exactly how far you want to go, honey.
Yeah, space truckers.
So it's a fucking dive bar. Fucking bike rack here, Jesus.
Dude, I just love all the characters too. Look at the waiter, the bus boy up there on the top. Just you can just they all have personality. You can just feel like every background character has personality. It's good.
Well, look at the coloring. It's like flat colors, pretty much.
And it works though. It really does work. Like flat colors back then really did work on certain styles very well.
Well, it showcases the line work. I mean, we've had this discussion before. I always complain about like that candy coat shellac that ends up happening on a lot of like art instead of letting the line work actually show through and like accentuating it. So yeah.
Hey, what's up, girls? 18XYZ.
Bye.
Bye. The porn bots are coming out.
Yeah. Lobo's bringing out the porn bots. Oh, shit. So I says to her, I says, rat face. I says, I ain't gonna. And then tisk. Lobo's gonna go take a piss. He's like, please, try to escape. And then, old Biddy here starts causing problems. You got a problem, lady? You have the problem, young man. So anyway, she starts mouthing off and telling them that they have no manners and talking about their mothers. And Lobo's just like, God damn it, this is going to be a long fucking day. And then he's like,
look at that. Oh, that panel is fucking great. Where he's coming out of the bathroom. Yeah. It's evil looking, man. I'm like,
nah. I mean, look at this looming.
Yeah, that's a great panel, too.
Wrinkles. Nobody badmouths our mothers like that.
He kisses
Proper
him
one,
on the,
Elvis.
Kisses him on the ear.
Party's over, Elvis. And then just boom, starts fucking
Look at the force
shit.
in that last panel. He's just smashing that dude's face. I mean, it's just like,
flattening his nose.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And Lobo's like, you know what? Thanks, guys. I've been having a really shitty day, and I appreciate you giving me some faces to beat on. Thanks.
Yeah, and he's like,
I mean that most sincerely.
He's not even going to kill him. He's like, I won't even kill you.
Gateway.
In fact, I'm so pleased, maybe I won't even kill you.
Look at that.
I mean,
figure.
I sympathize. I know how what the old hag is like. Such behavior.
God, yeah, it's so great, that battle. Like, every great, it's like action and, like, look at that top scene. You can't even see his face, but you could you could feel, like, the fucking, he's just picking that dude up by his head and slamming his whole body in the freaking, it's crazy.
Damn it, space trucking. That's right. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
yes.
I love that page. It's a great page.
Yeah, it's a great page. The action in this entire miniseries is fucking great. They really pick up, and I mean, the scenes like this, they don't drag. You know what I mean? They move along, and I love these vertical panels, man. I am a big fan of vertical panels, especially for like establishing shots like this.
But the story is really catching. Like, so it's not a very interesting page, but the story keeps you in it because the story is actually good. It's like, oh, he's got this whole subplot. Like, you don't know what it is yet, but he's got a plan, and he's going to fuck Lobo over if he can. So
excellent. This is going better than I ever dreamed. He's fucking smirking, so he's got a plan. Real Docs is kind of a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
so this dude's telling
local CIA,
Yeah, basically. Local CIA also means douche. Anyway, Major Freck is on the Lane 66 truck stop. Oh, seems Lobo stopped off there with this prisoner, and Lobo being Lobo, well, you can figure out the rest. So, and then we got another
interview with the
transcript.
psychiatrist.
This is Lobo being psychoanalyzed by a shrink. It does not end well for the shrink.
Nope.
Because he tries to get Lobo to talk about his feelings and like his relationship with the space dolphins. And let's see. Doctor says, so you are indeed a man of anomalous extremes. I wonder, does that soft streak I perceive in you run even deeper? I mean, do you ever feel guilt for any of your gross misdeeds? What gross misdeeds? What soft streak? This is a joke, right, Clyde? Well, actually, no. I was frippin' bastard. You shrinks are all the same. Guy gives up his time for you. Acts polite. Yes, sir. No, sir. And what's he get for his trouble? Fraggin' grief. I come here. I sit in a sticky seat. Fetiles giz. I got in mind to fix your attitude right now. In fact, Doc, I think it's my turn. Let's get inside your head and examine your brain. No! What are you doing? Get away from me! And then end transcript. Autopsy report on Dr. J.A. Goodnoy. The death of Goodnoy appears to have been caused by massive trauma to the head. However, this is largely conjecture on our part, as we have been unable to locate the aforementioned head. Medical staff. Fucking great. Also, this first line up here. The hell was sitting here last? This fragging seat's hotter than a Delbian hooker's. Welcome, Lobo. I mean, in 1990, this book was coming out completely out of left field. They were trying to go over the top with this, with everything. and with violence, with like the vulgarity they could get away with, and still, be published. Because this was, I mean, people were still using the Comics Code Authority, so they were doing everything they could, to get right to the line of the Comics Code. What's up, Commie Mark? Welcome, sir. Good to see you, dude.
Dude, I wonder what time it is for that guy. Oh,
Horrendously early in the morning. And so here, and this scene right here, this 9-panel grid, and her constantly like saying shit to him and annoying him. This is what reminds me of my grandmother. That's the trouble with you. You always thinking with your fist. You completely destroyed that poor man's diner. Why can't you be a good boy? Get a haircut and a proper job. Find a nice girl. Settle down. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Fucking great, man. I love this shit. Like, I was going through reading this and just laughing my ass off. I had forgotten how funny this shit was. And that was the end of the first issue. Touch of Judge Dredd. Yeah, that's because Bisley worked on 2000 AD. He did stuff for 2000 AD, and he definitely has that 2000 AD style and has done some Judge Dredd stuff. So, yeah. Here's another issue, another cover by Bisley, and just punching people in the face, doing what Lobo does. And this issue is called Lord of the Dance. In a seedy hotel in a seedy town, on a seedy world, the seeds of psychotic violence are sown. So Lobo's having this guy Gus apparently keep an eye on, the old lady, while he goes down and calls Vril. But let's see. All right, it's a bell, not a bloody jukebox, moron. Oops, probably shouldn't have said that. Definitely picked the wrong day to get wise with me. Why can't folks be civil? See all the blood on his hand and he's flipping off. He's like... So, anyway, calls Vril, and so he's bitching out Vril, and Vril is, of course, smug, because he knows that Lobo is pissed off and wants to kill this bitch, but can't because he gave his word that he wouldn't. Yes. Luke. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Feline. Appreciate it.
That's a great.
That's what my grandmother does. That's how she says my name when she's trying to tell me something. Draws it out. It's awful. Anyway, so this guy's like, hey, I want to use the phone. It's like that scene in Dumb and Dumber where the bad guy's in the phone booth and the nerdy dude's like, there are other people that want to use the phone and get off the BAP. He's like, didn't I used to have a reputation? So anyway, he gets back to the room and there's nobody there. But, I mean, there's a note on the back of the door here. Little detail. I love the I don't know, the kind of jagged panels that he uses here to kind of I don't know, get that feeling of anxiety put forth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that upshot is so good right there.
This one?
Well, I like the smaller panel, just where it shows his bust,
his
just looking up, and the light's coming down, so his eyes are all shadowed out. It's really cool, man.
Yeah, changing the camera angle for more storytelling effect. I mean,
so you got the camera going up, but the light coming down, so that's pretty. Yeah, it works. It's really good.
Makes it nice and dramatic because he's figuring out that they couldn't have gotten far. And it won't take him long to track. It won't take him long to track them.
Holy shit! They got a gradient. Look at that. It's in the letters.
Right? The first the first little bit that's not just like flat colors in the entire book.
We got a gradient.
All right. We're gonna send you guys one gradient.
Well, there's a
all
little
we can do.
shading. Like, in Lobo, they do that blue shading over the white, but that's about it as far
Right
as
here.
shading goes. Yeah.
Yeah, on his,
But
his
that's
skin
even
tone.
just like blocks of color. It's not even
Yeah.
like shading. It's just like
Yeah.
two-tone. I mean, I love it. I think it's dope.
So, and we cut back to this police station on Onidia. Oh, so this Rex character, this lizard character here, he's the one that got a promotion after Lobo killed the police chief in the elevator. So yeah. So he's like, why would anyone kill Chief Bemelis? No, scratch that. I knew the chief. The question is, Chief Rex, what do we do about it? Give Lobo a reward? He did get me a promotion. So, anyway, they're going after Lobo because he killed a cop.
He killed a cop.
We'll skin that bastard. And so, the dudes at the diner are also about to come after Lobo because he wrecked their shit at the diner. And they don't take too kindly to that. So they're trying to find him. So everybody's trying to get a hold of him, and everybody knows that he's heading back to Legion's homeworld on Karen. So they're the free access zone before he gets there. That's where they're headed to try to ambush him. Yeah, we got us a convoy. I'm a trucker, man.
Convoy.
10 things to know if you ever encounter Lobo. Let's see. Lobo would rather kill someone than let that person help him on a job. Lobo's favorite color is sepulchre black. And here's what they talk about Lobo's bike. Lobo's bike is a customized Space Frag 666. It boasts a miniaturized 17-liter power plant with a 3x turbo and full hands-off facility. 0 to 60 is instantaneous, and top speed is a cool several million Ks per minute. It runs on unleaded. Lobo loathes Captain Comet and everything he stands for, including, but not limited to,
Unleaded.
square jaws, goodies, democracy, flags, the philosophy that ultimately good can overcome evil, short hair, brown shoes, equality for women, equality for men, basic rights, and everything else decent. So, yeah. He's the antithesis of every good guy ever. And so the ballet, they went to the fraggin' ballet. He's making his way through, and of course here's Gus and the old lady. She convinced him to take her to the ballet, saying that Lobo wouldn't mind. Let's see. And so it's a chainsaw ballet. There's all kinds of like decapitation and shooting and whatnot.
Fucking chainsaw ballet. It's great.
So I mean this world that Lobo lives in, this universe that Lobo lives in is just, it's over the top in and of itself. I mean, it kind of has to be in order for, Lobo to exist in it. You know what I mean? Not at all what I expected. And so this poor dumb Gus here, he's like, I sure hope Lobo shows up soon or he'll miss all the good parts. And so, people mouthed off to Lobo, so of course he killed them. And he's starting to pay attention to the ballet, and he's like, hey, that ain't half bad. Nice moves and messy. Maybe we should sit back and enjoy this a while before. And he's like, fuck it. And then he jumps down and smashes that poor bastard. And
I know, poor guy. He gets smushed because she talks him into taking her to the ballet. Mm-hmm. Fucking.
And so, Lobo jumping down and smashing that guy gets the crowd's attention. Dazzling impromptu performance. And he's like, "Come on, frag face, we're out of here." And he grabs her by the hair and starts dragging her out. But I left you a note. Oh, yeah, I'll give you something to note. How'd you persuade Gus? No, don't tell me. You guilted him into taking you. And then the stage performers start shooting at Lobo. Where do you think you're going, hotshot? Nobody upstages us. Nobody. Look, guys, I'm kind of busy right now. And so they won't let it go. So he's smacks the old lady to knock her out. And then he jumps on stage and he proceeds to basically murder these guys. Yep. And then, the audience thinks it's all part of the show. They think it's all part of the show. And he, at first he's just trying to hit them with his fists, and then he gets pissed and he whips out the hook and starts ripping and tearing. I love this panel right down here at the end.
Jeez. Take that, Slipknot.
Yep. Brutal. And then the entire stage, fucking wimps. And then this person, pure magic. Magic! So anyway, Sons of Lobo are trying to catch up.
I like that helmet.
Right. These are the guys that remind me of what was that character that we were talking about before, in the gimp mask and the hat.
Martial Law.
Martial Law, yeah. Yeah, these guys. This guy in particular reminds me of Martial Law.
Oh man, too bad. Did he ever do Hawkman? Bisley doing Hawkman would have been fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he did.
Because that looks like a cool fucking Hawkman helmet.
Yeah, it does.
And so everybody's converging. They're trying to find Lobo. They're trying to get a hold of Lobo. So everybody's headed to ambush him at the same spot. That's basically what this is. And I love the curly Q word balloons because he's got a hiss going on. Just little storytelling mechanics like that I think are cool, just because it adds to it. It you may not think about it, but it makes your brain register that this character is speaking differently. Like when they put like an emphasis around the word balloon or something like that, or they change the font to be a little bit different. Just that kind of subtle storytelling can help move, can help get a point across, where it might not have otherwise. At least, that's what I feel.
Yeah. That's a great panel with the old biddy, and she's just like drinking a cup of tea, and it's fucking great.
Yeah, and this is their battleship, and they've set a course for, ETA shortly after afternoon tea. Cookies or shortcake? Cookies, please. Strawberry and jam. Yeah. We'll need to build our strength if we're to show that smut peddling biddy what for. It's just like, what the fuck? Paramilitary grandmas going to take down a smut peddler, as they call it. And so he fucking lopped off her legs.
Yeah, he's like, he just fucking lops her legs off.
They'll grow back, I may have lost my ability to replicate with advanced age, but I can still self-heal. Don't you think we're a little extreme? I mean, those doctor's instruments didn't look very clean. So, continuously complaining. You always did tend to overreact. Lady, please. Fuck. Next time it's her fragging tongue. Tisk, I heard that, young man. Just annoyance. Sheer annoyance. And you can see Vril is just super happy with himself. Because he's getting to take down all these different factions, and Lobo's doing the work for him. I feel called out. About what? All right. So yeah, send internal affairs. Want that police force purged. I will not tolerate unofficial action. So as you can see right here in this panel, this is a cool panel too. I have no idea what the fuck this is over here, but it works. It's just some big piece of tech. But projected conflict zone, Lobo, access, Karen. This is where he's going. There's Lobo, the Legions of Decency, the SWAT team, the Sons of Lobo, the trucker convoy. End of issue 2. I love this cover right here. This is an awesome cover. All right, now I'm mad. Spell or die.
Yeah, that's great.
This shit cracks me up.
Yeah, it's so random, like, that they show up in the middle of this big epic story that's going on, and then this weird group just shows up.
I don't like the stereotype of like the fat techie here. I find that
Be right back.
I find that awful and offensive because I am a techie. I work tech support and I look nothing like that. God damn it! This is a gross gross fucking gross stereotype. That's what it is. I won't stand for it.
The only way to get that big is to do absolutely nothing.
Become a slug in your chair.
Like, your only exercise would be, like, hamburger to mouth. That would have to be your only exercise.
I mean, walking anywhere would cause, like, shortness of breath. But anyway, this is ridiculous. Lobo can't just vanish, Perhaps if you spent less time eating and more time scanning. But sir, I exhausted all the possibilities, sir. If Lobo is out there, he just isn't anywhere I can pick up on. So Vril tells him to keep going and keep searching, find him. That's an order. And Vril is pissed. Good morning, Commander Dox. Just great character interaction, even if it's just like little things like this panel right here. This panel cracked me up. I don't know why. It's just I'm reading this whole thing and I got to that panel and it made me fucking laugh because I pictured him fucking grumbling as he fucking walked by, And so here you can see Vril kind of telling what his plan was and why he was happy that Lobo was doing what he was doing. Oh, you feel called out for the smut peddling. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, so then use that rage to eliminate some tricky little problems. Started well, too. Lobo took out that problematic chief of police, a potential rival. The paramilitary grannies go after Trib. Lobo can take care of them, too, and remove another troublesome radical group. Ditto for that gang of space biker hoodlums. The truckers and the Destructo Dance Company were an unexpected bonus. So yeah, he's complaining like, why did Lobo fuck up my plan? This was going so perfectly well. And then, Commander, can I have those manpower reports? Out! He fucking throws this dude out right on his head. Just the cartooning of this entire series, I think, is great. It's very serious at certain points, but at other times it is just, it's over the top and ridiculous, Well, anything yet? But sir, it's only been 2 minutes. Well, hurry it up! And so you got the fanboys here, the Sons of Lobo. They're watching and they see the ambush. But the truckers got some surprise on their side. Like that'll matter to Lobo. We just stay put. If Lobo needs us, then we sick bag. We got more company. So yeah. Sick bag. Jesus. Look at this right here.
I'm back.
He's just like a fucking fat lump with his head. Like, he doesn't even have a head. He's just got a face on top of like his fat rolls here. It's fucking hilarious. So what do I do, sir?
It's just trash just piled up all around him.
Uh-huh. You got burgers, you got cans, you got cups, you got boxes. Like, there's all just fast food garbage around him. Like, and you can see the sea of it around here, too, and the fucking smell coming off of it. So they're looking for Lobo, basically was that part. And this is his grade 4 report card from E. Trib, which is the woman that he's transporting. Languages, no aptitude whatsoever, except in foul language, biology, His best subject has a morbid fascination with things that kill and that die. Banned from the debating society, refuses to recognize that physical force is not the first resort in discussion and dialogue. Sports, blanket ban. More than 50% of school sportsmen currently hospitalized by Lobo. Career opportunities, none, unless there is a market elsewhere in the universe for the infliction of pain, injury, and death. Lobo is badly in need of help, though not, I suspect, nearly as bad as Czarnia. So this was when he was in grade 4. You could have warned me, you old bat. Like you've been shooting your mouth off since I picked you up. Why go silent on me then? And they're locked up. Don't blame me, Mr. Big Shot, if you hadn't been gassed while I was relieving myself. The only way they could have taken me. So he was taking a piss and they fucking gassed him. And I guess it would have killed you to yell, "Look out for the starship. It's only as big as a fragging planet." Fucking great page here.
Maggie Gibbs.
Right. All the fucking shit in the back. Steve Vai, Zodiac.
Yeah.
You know, Harley. So I mean, he was putting whatever he wanted on the walls back there. So yeah, they've been taken hostage, and there's a big chain around Lobo's leg, and you know it's not going to be easy to break out. It's a bonding wall. It's keyed into their nervous systems. If he started ripping into the wall, it'd be like ripping into his own guts.
Mm.
And so she's like, "So you were afraid? That's it. He's afraid. I'll show you." And then holy frag on toast, hidden gas nozzles, and his grammar is absolutely atrocious, all too typical of the modern age. The legless one shows promise. Only the sacred bee will tell. Ready them with the addition. The competition may now begin forthwith. So it's a spelling bee. 14th annual Orthography Commandos spelling bee.
Yeah, if you spell wrong, you're a dead man.
Uh-huh.
Or gal.
Yeah. Chosen ones know that we are the Orthography Commandos. To us falls the task of making the universe free of the ignorant and functionally illiterate. So yeah, set everything up for if you misspell or you make it a noise at all or talk out in any way, you die. Now some of these pages I noticed in this issue are not as detailed.
Yeah, I think towards the end they got a little rushed. Because especially like the last cover, I think, isn't painted and all the other ones are.
Yeah.
And so I think that was like a factor too. Like they were trying to get it out on deadline. So.
Yeah. So one wrong move and they'll gas me and blow me away. So Lobo's got to play it cool for a second. Might as well enjoy it while I can. Oxymoron. O-X-Y-M. Error. No, Zap. Hey, this looks more interesting than I thought.
Yeah, there you go.
Next contestant. Spelled syllabub. S-I. Yeah, error. Blam. Your turn, Lobo. I used to grade your papers. Bye-bye. Next contestant. Spell genocide. At fucking Lobo's face. That shit cracks me up. It's like, I can spell genocide. I know all about genocide. So basically, they go through the rounds. Error. Error. And he keeps getting words that, of course, he knows how to spell, like mutilation. Humph. So it comes down to this clown could be a problem. Synergistic. 3 contestants remain. Sudden death, spell, and conjugate. You won't get lucky till this time around, Lobo. She's right. Gotta cut down the competition. Here goes nothing. Boo. Yeah! And he gets shot. No outbursts.
I like that guy too. Yeah, it looks funny.
Down to 2 contestants. Spell, conjugate, and suggest suitable antonyms.
That panel in the middle is great, though. I really
This one?
like that. Yeah. The skulls on the hood and stuff, yeah.
I like how it goes behind everything and like the
Yep.
color kind of bleeds into the background of the page. Kind of connects everything together. So anyway, he says, this ain't fair. She's a teacher for Fetal's sake. Is this true? Yes, and I've been badly abused by this lout. He ruined my evening at the ballet. Then he cut off my legs. See? A fragging teacher. Yes, we see a teacher. And so, guess I shouldn't have said that, huh? They fucking lock him up in chains and shit like that, and they're gonna execute him. For the abuse of a sacred giver of literacy, there can be only one punishment: death. May the divine teacher of us all give you a lesson you will never forget. Ready, aim. Lobo's like, fuck this shit.
It's like no big deal for him to get out of that. It's like,
All right, I'm done with this. Should have stuck with the gas jets, boys. And he proceeds to just wreak fucking havoc. And this little bit of dialogue right here, I think, is one of my favorites, because school's out, you erudite geeks.
yeah.
See, that proves that Lobo's not stupid, you know, because who uses the word erudite? Nobody, except me. You know, you use that word when you're fairly well read. You know, it's a very not used often term. So that to me shows that Lobo's he's not the idiot that he purports himself to be. Yeah. Oh shit! What's up, Ray? Good to see you, Ray, and American Comics. Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out, guys.
Yo,
Appreciate
what's up,
being
Ray?
Here.
And American Comics, of course. Sorry.
And that's OU Fraggin' T. Fucking great. I mean, even though these feel a little rushed, they're still good. You know, it's still good.
I like the dude's face with his tongue hanging out
Yeah.
at the bottom.
Bisley loves to put tongues out like that, or maybe it's Giffen. Maybe Giffen likes to have people sticking their tongues out like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to see his original layouts, but they're probably long gone.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, this was back when, you know, they had to send like you know, the physical pages to people to actually work on, because, you know.
I wonder if Bisley was living here, if he was in the UK and they had to send him over there.
I
Holy
think he was
shit.
still living in the UK at this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Ray says, "Matt, I'm digging that art, man. Is that your new profile?" Yeah, that's pretty badass, dude. That's an awesome Lobo. I love it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
That's great.
A little more teethy. I was like trying to draw. I hadn't seen him in a while, so I was like, "Oh, what did he look like?"
Yeah, a lot of fakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's got some sharp teeth on some of these pictures here. So yeah.
Lobo filling out his own report card.
Yeah. By grade 5, he had taken over his school. That's one of the things that they said in one of the earlier chapters. By grade 5, he had taken over his entire school. So, you know, of course, A+ in everything. 100%. The guy is a genius. Aliens are people too, Clyde. You know, career opportunities, brain surgeon, philosopher, scientist. The sky's the limit for this talented and popular pupil. Simply the best student I have ever encountered. Enough said. Or would you like your face removed? Okay.
Yeah, look
So
at
she's,
that fucking motorcycle.
again-
That shit's so dope.
Yeah. I really dig this layout. Again, I like the vertical panels. I think the vertical panels work really well for establishing shots like this. You know, they're out in space, and you can see the whatever they were, the commandos that were about the spelling bee. This is their ship on fire in the background, and this is the trail of Lobo's bike rocketing off from there. So, where are we going now? None of your damn business. Planet Karen, and this little bit right here, the pacing right here, I think is cool because, you know, slowing down like the pace of a story in a comic sometimes is difficult to do, one, and not often done, two.
And then that last panel just shows like how, like, he's just waiting to hear where the fuck Lobo's at, and this is like, what? Whoa! like now, like.
Yep. Sir, it's Lobo. He's online. Patch him through, you fool! Yeah. Lobo's pissed. Where the hell have you been? Fine, thanks. And you? Which it's kind of like the opposite of what it was earlier. Lobo was calling him pissed off.
Just he's like he's emoting, like, holy crap! That second panel, just like, don't fuck with me.
The emotion, yeah. Just I've had it up to here with this shit. You know, you can feel the aggravation in that panel. You know, and look at the cropping on this panel here. You know, the way it's set up. You know, you got kind of like a Dutch angle with like the wall right there with the vid screen, and you know he's so pissed off. He's like, you know, literally spitting at the screen. You know, but like that angle, and like crops off the back of his head, but you get the idea across, and because it's like so cropped close together, it really gives that feel of like claustrophobia and like getting really close to the fucking thing and being angry about it, you know?
Yeah.
And really, the dialogue was pretty wordy in these books, but you don't feel like it is. Like when you're reading it flows really good. So.
Well, one of the I imagine one of the good things about having Giffen do the page layouts and being, you know, one of the writers on this is that he accounted for the dialogue. A lot of times panels are so full of image that they don't account for the word balloons. They don't account for the dialogue space. And
I wonder if that's how he wrote, though. I wonder if he thumbnailed the whole thing out, like his layouts were him writing the book. So,
I mean, that's kind of how I write.
Yeah.
You know, especially since, you know, well, okay, let me take that back. That's how I write when I am writing for myself. If I'm going to be the one doing the artwork for it, that's how I write, because it's shorthand, you know.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going for, you know. So
I love that last
I imagine
panel
that
right
helped.
there too, like how full that panel is, and I don't know, it's just like that very last panel with the full shot of Lobo walking away from the camera. It's just great.
Yeah. Expected him to put up more of a fight.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh shit, millions of people are on that planet.
Revel 7, he announced that over an unsecured line. Oh my God.
Yeah,
the others are they, and of course everybody has been monitoring Lobo's communications.
Got the cops, the truckers, the old ladies are coming. Everybody. Yeah, everyone's gonna.
Everybody. Sir, why did he call on a public line? Because he doesn't know about them. Plus, of course, he's an imbecile. Of course. Yeah. See, underestimating Lobo, you know, underestimating Lobo's intelligence probably won't work out well for you. But, so yeah, no army, no police, a total neutral, safe vacation world, and it's the busy season. So, got an entire world of, like, you know, revelers and vacationers that Lobo is going to go take a little R&R on this vacation planet. Let's see. So this is all of the different factions that are coming after Lobo, looking for him. They're like, all right, this is where we're going. Good, sir. Groan. Revel 7, today a hedonistic paradise, tomorrow a wasteland. Because, you know, it's Lobo, of course.
Look at her fucking legs, dude.
Are they growing back or just rotting?
Well, they're slowly but surely growing back.
They look like two hams just fucking sliced, man.
Like he fucking lopped them off right above the knee.
Furthermore, not only have I no desire to be here, but I find the whole concept of a vacation world extremely cheesy. Shut up and drink your Mai Tai.
So good. It's good.
This looks like it might be a little painted.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, not like the other covers. So it's like,
No.
it's definitely a rush job compared to what he did on the other covers.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. There's not as much like rendering, not as much shading and whatnot.
Yeah, it's still a lot of it's just line work.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that he did a lot of did some like basic I don't know, maybe gouache or something like that, and then went over it with marker or something. But I mean, look at all the fucking skeletons and shit in the background, all the skulls and the bones.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and
really
whatnot.
cool. It just does not match the other three covers that he like meticulously painted for the series. So I'm guessing there was some kind of like deadline issue there.
I mean, it happens. It happens. It happens. You get started, and then you think you have enough time set ahead, and things happen, and suddenly you don't. Hedonistic paradise is my kind of place. Yeah, right? This one is called The Last CZARNIAN, so this is the last issue. And again, you can see that,
The detail
even
is
though this
at
has
lower level, yeah.
Yeah. I think there was definitely some deadline shit going on towards the end of this. But I mean, it still looks good, but it's just not as good as it was at the beginning.
Yeah, this is a book they should have had in the can before they released it, so that everything could be like full up, But I wonder if they even knew that it was going to be such a hit.
No,
they probably didn't.
No, they didn't. I think this was like, all right, we've got this character that nobody really gives a shit about. Here, you guys can do something fun with this. Try to do something different, and that's what they did. And this is what we got, and this changed the course of Lobo's character for forever, permanently,
and probably of DC too, because they weren't really known for more gritty kind of characters other than like the Vertigo line. So,
well, see, this was long before Vertigo too. Like Vertigo was just getting started at this point, So yeah, DC was not known for being very serious, which is why
they were also
find it
the company of all the good boys. You had Superman and Green Arrow and Green Lantern. These were all guys that were fairly straight shooter, just straight up superhero
goody two
guys.
shoes.
Yeah.
The way I've always heard the Marvel and DC universes explained is DC is like gods pretending to be human, and Marvel universe is more humans that are trying to be gods because they have such power.
But then they had that weird switch. Like, it used to be Marvel was the cool kids on the block. And then of course, Image came along and they kind of took the title. But now I think it kind of got shot over to DC. DC's where all the good artists went.
Well, yeah, that's because they paid better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nowadays, none of them are good. They're all shit.
No, I mean, DC still puts out a few good books. Marvel, I haven't seen anything from them in a long time that I would buy. So,
I mean, I was enjoying Savage Avengers when it first came out. That was different. I was enjoying X-Men when Hickman was writing it. But yeah.
Right now, I got one Image book I buy. I Hate Fairyland. The new one is out, so I'm buying that. And then I'm buying one DC book, the Silvestri Batman Joker book. That's it, Deadly Duo. So those are the only two comics I'm
I realize
buying.
it's a Batman book, but it's the reason why you're buying that is not because
it's for Silvestri.
It's because of Silvestri. Let's be perfectly honest.
It's like some of the best work of his entire career, and he spent a long time on it.
Fucking ought to be. He's been working on it for 5-6 years.
Yeah,
longer.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Ask Shelby Robertson. Shelby saw these pages back in like 2015 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw pages from a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he's doing. But the reason why anybody's buying that is not because of Batman and Joker. It's because of Mark fucking Silvestri. Because we never get to see Mark Silvestri pencil anything anymore. Like the last thing I think he penciled was that fucking Evo book, and that was like a one shot from 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wait,
the
no, I
books
take
are
that back.
so highly illustrated.
New X-Men.
In that.
with Grant Morrison. The end of Grant
Ooh, that
Morrison's
was
new
a
X-Men
good.
run.
That was a good run.
It was some fucking
Sylvester
badass
killed
stuff.
it, dude. I just remember seeing all like they were like the hybrid mutants that had all the different powers. So they were like a cross between like the Beast and just like all the different X-Men. Like they looked like the Beast, but they had like Cyclops fucking abilities, like where they could shoot beams out of their eyes and shit. So yeah,
because
cool.
Beast got taken over by
and
some
they
kind
and
of
they
like,
could pop in and out like Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fucking great. Yeah.
the
The
Chimeras,
Beast
I think
went
is
all.
what Beast
Yeah.
called them.
The Beast went all evil and started.
Called
yeah,
himself Sublime.
Yeah, that was a great little run right there.
Yeah,
That's-
got to
that's-
see Phoenix come back, and Wolverine got to be viciously fucking lops off Beast's head.
Yeah, that was another one Silvestri really killed it on. That was a great book.
Silvestri has only gotten better over the years. That's for sure.
He's probably the best of the whole bunch. Like, he doesn't get as much credit as all of them, but he's probably one
Out
of
of
the
the
better
original?
artists.
Out of
Yeah,
the
the
original,
original
Image
Yes.
founders, yeah, I think so.
Because the
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
McFarlane
that.
was...
I'm gonna agree.
Because McFarlane was pretty lumpy. Like, his stuff was...
McFarlane is style over
Yeah.
structure.
Like, his structure's all, like,
McFarlane is lumpy.
oatmeal.
I agree.
Like, oatmeal, he doesn't have any solid structure under his stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you look at some of the Amazing Spider-Man stuff and the Spider-Man stuff he did. I mean, some of those characters were kind of ugly.
I mean, I love it, but really, McFarlane was just a really, really great inker. Like, for me, that's what McFarlane was. And he knew how to make his stuff, like, just really shine with his inks. So, yeah.
Gotta make it look cool for kids, Gotta
Make it
like
sexy.
the chains and spikes.
And make
You know?
it sexy.
Gotta make it
Make it
sexy. Gotta
sexy.
make it fun.
Yeah.
How can I make this cooler? Yeah. So Lobo's sitting here. He's like, "This a fragging colonostomy would have been more fun than this. Must be the company." And he looks at the old bitch, and she's like, "Don't blame me. This was all your idea." And he's like, "All right, yeah, this place ain't all it was cracked up to be. Suppose you'd be you'd rather see maiming, rioting, carnage, and destruction." Hey, yeah, what a great idea. Glad I
His
thought of
fucking
it.
tongue, man.
Yeah.
It's so great.
That's Lobo's happy face.
It's fucking drooling.
Yeah, so he picks her up and he fucking takes her into a closet and just hangs her up on the wall. Let me out of here, I'm warning you.
Puts her on a
I thought
hook.
of that sooner.
Just wait here.
Yeah.
Hold tight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Just
get
hang around.
drunk.
Keep comfy, as if I care. Fucking party goer here. And he's like, "Where are the phones? Party, party, party." He grabs him by the throat and shoves his head.
Love
into the wall.
me.
I'm feeling better already. So,
Real Docs
yeah.
is just losing it. His whole
Yep.
plan's down the drain.
Oh, it's just shot to shit. Damn your psychotic soul, Lobo, if you've got one. He's like trying to figure out what he's gonna fucking do.
Has to call Legion in to help.
And then, of course, Lobo makes a
Look at that
broadcast.
outfit.
That is so 90s. So very 90s. In exactly 5 hours, I start killing anyone still on this mud ball. So hop to it, chumps. You only got 5. Oops, that's 4 hours and 59 minutes to go.
Yeah, so great. Yeah.
And Vrill's like,
Fucking
The
turtle.
the turtle guy is great. Like, his head's like, Vril gets all pissed and his head like shoots back in his shell. Like, oh fuck.
"Battalion of shock troops now!"
Look at that
So,
face
yeah.
on Vril Docs. That's great.
Frill, if you've got a minute. I don't. And so here's the thing about the radio station.
Yeah.
The 2-year-old Lobo's first authenticated request was made on the air 1 month later in a program broadcast by the pirate station Cosmic Rock Zombie. An audibly shaken disc jockey, Wolfman Wilf, read out this message. "Play I Killed My Folks, No Accident by Oedipus Rex. Till I get sick of it or I'll come over there and rip your fragging head off, you senile geek. Best wishes, Lobo." As of this date, Wolfman Will is still playing it, and no doubt Lobo is still listening. Let's see. Rumor has it that soon after, Lobo entered a private medical facility to have a micro receiver radio fitted directly onto the audio lobes of his brain. I have been unable to obtain definite corroboration of this, as the clinic burned down soon afterwards. That night, in fact, and the staff were found with their throats cut. I think we can safely assume that since then, Lobo has been almost continuously exposed to the pounding rhythms, piercing shrieks, and gross vulgarity that typifies the form. So yeah, he's got a pirate radio station tuned into his very brain. So he's constantly listening to hard rock, heavy metal, and punk.
So good.
And this is a 2-page spread I kind of had to put together so we could see the whole thing. There's a little bit missing in between, but as you can see, it's fucking pandemonium. People are trying to get the fuck out of here before Lobo starts slaughtering them all.
Look at those crazy arms on that dude in the air. Like,
Oh my God.
Just fucking nuts, dude.
Right?
Fades. And fucking, this is crazy. It's like,
Let me through. I'm the pilot. Lying bastard, I'm the pilot. No, me. Excuse me. Excuse me, pal. Let me through. I've got the pilot's keys. I'm warning you. Move aside or I vomit. John, never mind your surfboard. Run. Women and children first. Forget that. We're talking Lobo. It's every man for himself.
It's so unique because it's more like indie comic art style, and it's a mainstream book. That's, yeah, it's great. It really was like this, like foreshadowing of the Vertigo stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think this is 1990, so I want to say Vertigo started in 1992. So yeah, this is right before all of that shit, started kicking off.
Yeah,
look at him tossing in the Ramones up here.
That. Yeah,
That's
they had a lot of
awesome.
bands written in there, like on a few of the different walls and stuff. Yeah,
I love that shit, man. I mean, that's fun. It's fun to look in the background and see what the artist has put into the background, to add to. And so Lobo's just sitting here, just enjoying all the chaos,
just drinking and watching the world burn. He's such a maniac. He's Nero. He's different. Like he destroyed his own. He just enjoys watching mass destruction. Chaos. Yeah,
chaos and destruction. Hey, now this is more like it. Somebody catch me, suckers. I swear I'm the pilot. Yeah. So he's like, hey, keep it down in the closet. Another Mai Tai, sir? Make it a double. Har, har, har. And so the old ladies are showing up. Stand by to scan for our odious targets. The dudes from the diner are showing up with Elvis. That's a pretty cool panel right there. That face is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely tell that they were coming down to the wire on this one, because a lot of this is just outlines and flat colors.
Just the skies and like the outer space is just like shades of blue,
yeah,
black, blue, fuck it, blue.
We got a week left. We got 20 pages to go. Just fucking get it out the door.
We gotta get it done. Gotta get it done. So the Sons of Lobo are here, and they're going to back up Lobo, but he gets first shot at everybody. Again, remember, Lobo would rather kill anybody than have them help him with a job.
Yep.
SWAT team's about, so everything is about to like fucking kick off.
Like, yeah, like they zoom like out of hyperspace or whatever, and the bikers just like run right into them.
Yeah, we're too close. We'll never stop in time. It's the fiery frag for us. Yo, bros, let's do it for the Bahr. And they're incinerated.
I like that fake ad. That's cool.
Yeah. for only $199.99. Yes, now you can impress your friends by becoming a member of the most elite club in the universe. Our amazing Bounty Hunter kit gives you everything you need to get started. See the galaxy, kill some of its scuzziest inhabitants, and be well paid for it. Yeah, this ad's fucking great, man. I love this old school type shit.
He's singing. It's a karaoke. Why the world is just going to shit. Heaven, I'm in heaven. Not the song you think he'd be singing. Just fucking great. I love the
continuing
outfit.
Gag. Let me through. I'm the pilot. And just like the buildings are just crumbling. Like everything is crumbling around him.
He's definitely dressed like a 90s like alternative band from back then, you know?
Right. Well, I mean, okay, look at what we got here. Tom John's Appreciation Society. That looks like a Judge Dredd badge.
Yep.
Yep. And then you got John's Pump Action Surf and Slam Overdrive collection.
Yeah.
And then Napalm, 100%. So he's fucking singing karaoke and drinking napalm while the world burns around him.
I love him in
Place
that
ain't
get
such a
up,
bad
man.
place
He looks
after all.
great. It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
He's getting drunk and he's like, oh wait, yeah, I do have this prisoner I was supposed to deliver. Who cares about her? Or Vril Greenboy Docks for that matter. Not moi, that's for fragging sure his giant fucking stogie.
Yeah.
Look how big that guy is.
There's
Holy
a fucking
shit.
hog leg. I could break a promise on this one time, couldn't I?
As long as his forearm.
Damn! So Lobo will not go back on his word. He refuses to go back on his word. He's trying to have a good time. He's trying to not give a fuck about dropping off that old lady to Vril, but he literally can't. His own code of honor won't let him. So
No, the old ladies decide they're going to take out the skin shows instead of go after Lobo.
Peep shows, my word. I feel faint, disgusting, sick, unnatural.
So yeah, suffering hairnets, Mabel. It looks like a war zone down there. The fucking dialogue cracks me up. Look at this. I mean, this is cool.
They got the badass ship, and they just like fucking blow up all the fucking strip clubs.
Bonsai.
Look at and down the
inflict some morals.
Read the bottom dialogue down there. That's hilarious.
My dad said the worst that could happen was I'd go blind.
He's in the pizza. That's great.
Yeah, and so this was the irreverent tone that this whole series had, and again, you got to remember back in 1990, this was different. Like nobody had really done anything quite as irreverent as this. I mean, Preacher wouldn't come out for another, God, what? This is 1990 for another 6-7 years.
Yeah, I mean, this was like indie stuff. Like I said, in the mainstream, that was definitely crazy.
This shit was unheard of.
You don't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they let these guys take a chance with Lobo, character that nobody really gave a fuck about and didn't really have a whole big following. But after this miniseries skyrocketed Lobo to popularity because they did something different with him. They went over the fucking top with it.
Yeah, he had his own
imagine
series.
Like,
Have
let's just do this little like parody comic book, and then be like, oh, fuck, it's huge. Everybody loves it.
This is a joke. We're just gonna do this as a joke. It's not gonna be anything serious. And everybody's like, fuck yes, we love this. Give us more. And they're like, oh, well, fuck.
Yeah, he had a 100+ issue series. Had like 5 or 6 or 7 miniseries come out. So
there's a shit ton of miniseries before they actually did like the
Death and Taxes,
series.
Lobo's Back,
Blazing Chain of Love, fucking where he Lobo's Dead, where he I don't know if that's the actual title for it, but he gets
where he comes back as a woman and she just has like one giant Lobo arm.
Yep.
That was where like he officially was given immortality because like he went to hell
They
He went
kicked
to
him out,
heaven and they
kicked
didn't
him
want
out.
him.
Yeah. Heaven didn't want him. Hell didn't want him, so he kicked out. So yeah, that's why Lobo can't die.
They don't want him.
They do not want him. Fuck off. They're afraid that he'll take over hell. He's not allowed in heaven, and they're afraid he'll take over hell, so he's not allowed in either place.
That's great.
Yeah. And see, you can definitely tell on pages like this is definitely like they're getting down to the wire here. Like there's very little rendering,
He's
and
just
it's basically
tracing the
like
layouts
outlines.
and giving it to the colorist. Get out of here.
Yep, just moving. So, all right. So these are the stormtroopers getting ready to come in, and of course, dance the last waltz with you two people together. Hell, the choreographer, get us the hell out of here. And so
they run
Lobo
into
just
each
basically
other,
he causes this entire planet to go into apoplectic fucking chaos. And he's just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave. I got a job to do. Fuck it.
Fragabam.
Fetal's jizz, but I love a good light show.
Just blows the whole place up. Whole place is gone.
Uh-huh. This is a cool panel right here. I like this.
He passes Legion. they're going in to help, and he's going the other way, like right past him. He just caused the problem.
Hey, Legion shock troops must be going to the party. Har har.
I like that he's such a smart ass in this. Like this first series, he's such a smart ass, and he's just like does not give a fuck about anything. It's so good.
No, he doesn't, and that's what I mean. This is what Lobo always was for me. Like he's an irreverent fucking badass that literally could not give a fuck about anything but
definitely
his own.
Has that rock and roll biker feel. Like, and then try to take that away from him later. But that's Lobo. Yeah.
Right. I mean, later do you remember when DC tried to like change him up? Like, that's not the real Lobo. That's the fake Lobo.
They made him into like
the
a
real
young,
Lobo's this metrosexual, like slim, like good looking, whatever the fuck.
Well,
it's like,
if there was a symbol of their so-called toxic masculinity, that would have been Lobo, and that was the time when they're really trying to kill that. So they're like, oh, we'll just make him into like this. Whatever, trans dude,
it's just metrosexual is what they tried to make him. They tried to make him like every other, like, svelte, thin, lithe, like, badass that does all these things. He's quiet and he's brooding. And they made Lobo like every other fucking generic fucking hero or whatever.
And they tried to bring in that girl Lobo, that girl...
Oh, you mean Crush, his daughter?
Yeah, Crush.
There's no way in fucking hell Lobo would allow himself to have a daughter. He would have fucking executed that little bitch as soon as she showed up.
Yep.
At least this Lobo would have.
Yes.
There is no way in hell because Lobo insists on being the last Czarnian. He insists on being unique in the universe. There's no way in hell he'd have a daughter. That's bullshit.
Yeah, so they tried to fuck his character up later on, but they can't take this stuff away from us. It's already out there.
Right? That's why do you think we're reading this instead of the new shit? Because the new shit's garbage.
Yep.
Look at all the fucking shit written on this right here.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there.
That was like part of the fun, man. Like rereading these was looking at all the shit he was sticking in the backgrounds. At least when he had time.
Dreads a woman? What?
Dreads a woman.
Steve Green's Scott is round.
It's probably like all kinds of inside stuff that you don't even know.
Right.
There,
Dave can't sing. Rob, 3 kids and no money. Need a job. Anything, please. I'm Scottish.
Yeah, he's probably fucking with people you don't even like, people he hates and shit.
Bob can't play guitar. Andy the plumber.
Yeah.
Hey man, I gave you a shout out in the last issue of Lobo that I did. Yeah. Sir. Oh, what is it now? Brill is just fucking done with everything. How can this day get any fucking worse? Lobo, sir, he's back. And the prisoner? No. Don't tell me. I'll find out soon enough. She gets down here. Come on, Vril, you can do it. Deep breath and... Yo, boss man, what's the good word?
And he's all smart ass about it. Look what I did. She's alive.
Yep. Dig it. One prisoner alive, escorted, and delivered as promised. What happened to her legs? You know these old coots forgetting things.
So good.
No praise for a job well
Double
done.
cross at the end, man.
Like she's alive, if not exactly kicking. Don't touch me, you miscreant. All right. Good job. I'll take her into custody now. Thanks. Thought you'd never say it. Class
Those
dismissed,
last
teach.
two
Crack!
Last two panels are fucking great. He's grabbed her, crack, like nothing. Just fucking
Breaks
snaps
her
her neck.
scrawny fucking neck. Delivered alive and into your custody. That was the deal. Didn't say nothing about after you had custody. Have a nice day. Ha, ha, ha.
Oh, what a dick.
Fucking
So
great, man.
Such a
Chief
dick.
Docs, not now, please. Not now, please. Please? He said please. Doc said please. Nah. The fraggin' end.
Yeah.
So
and
that-
this set up like Lobo for a good 15 years, probably.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Like I have all the issues, like all the how do you say Smex, Valsmex. Like I
Yeah.
have all his. I liked
Dude,
his
he was
art on the
great
book
on that
too.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
All right,
yeah,
check
he
this
was
out.
really
Here's
good.
an additional pinup by Bisley in this.
Oh,
in this frame.
dude.
Isn't that fucking badass.
That would be
man?
so great to be hanging on the wall. Like holy
Dude,
crap.
I'd fucking rock that on a goddamn t-shirt. Are you kidding me?
That's
That's
so
fucking
good.
awesome.
I say you tattoo that on my ass.
Oh yeah.
I
Put
mean,
it on
it's
my
going to take up
back.
your entire ass, but okay.
I'm gonna have a tramp stamp of Lobo coming out of my butt
Right.
crack.
But yeah.
Damn, that is rad. I like that.
I really dig this. And then in the back of the book here, they've got little write-ups for each one of the things. Here's the write-up for Simon Bisley. Unreliable, lazy, arrogant, and burnt out. Simon has worked on Moly Mole and Lulu the Donkey, Rapid the Speed Rat, and Assassin Clubfoot. He's also worked on a couple of school fanzines. He's currently late on his deadlines for a Judge Dredd Batman graphic novel and anything
my
else
God.
if the money's right, and he's been sucked up to. Simon's been married 4
Holy
times and has
shit.
32 children worldwide.
He's fucking Lobo.
Right?
It's great.
But these write-ups in the back here are fucking great, man. Keith Gibbon, peaking with the invention of the cotton gin, Keith has been desperately vamping ever since. He lives in fear that his fans will one day discover that it's true he does not have the slightest clue as to what he's doing. Keith's currently working on DC's Legion of Superheroes, The Heckler, and the revamped Ambush Bug. Alan Grant, once feted as the first Scotsman on the moon, Alan now lives haunted by the dark secrets in his unspeakable past. He wears a rattlesnake necktie and eats gunpowder
Lord.
when available. Those who know him best keep him locked up and away from decent folks. He's written a few other comics and never knowingly undersold. So yeah, that's the attitude of Lobo, the Last Zarnian. Came out in 1991.
100%.
The trade did.
Recommend.
What?
Beautiful book. Great story. Good stuff.
Absolutely, 100% recommend. Position it so the hook is at the end. Oh my god. Matt wants a tramp stamp.
No, I do not.
No, he didn't.
No, I do not.
Nobody. Even people that get a tramp stamp wish they didn't get a tramp stamp.
Do you have a tramp stamp? No, I don't. I saw it. No.
Imagine they get
Like,
old and you work at a nursery and you're having to change your diaper and she has a fucking tramp stamp on
Tramp
her.
stamp with a, like some kind of kanji or
Just
something
says, like,
that.
slut
It's
or
Japanese
something.
name here.
She's 90. It's a slut right above her butt crack.
And then she winks at you. And you being Inkspot, you start pulling your pants down.
Oh, they're like, yeah, well, she ain't gonna remember in a little while anyway.
Inkspot's like, well, I am here for the septic tank, so I might as well clean your pipes too.
Oh my god!
Disgusted.
All right, so thank you all so much for hanging out with us while we went through this book. So we've got the list here.
Woof.
I'm gonna have to at some point rewrite this entire list because
The knock list.
yeah, it's getting a little crazy here. But
Dude, just going through that list is going to be like an hour long of like, hey.
oh,
remember this?
I know. Insert here. Oh damn!
Some women have crazy shit like that.
Like the Japanese symbol for aim here. Yeah. All right. So
There's a rapper who has "thank you" across the front of his stomach.
His junk. Yeah.
So when the girl finishes off, she looks up and it says "thank you." So he's like,
Thank you.
I don't have to say it. I'm already.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
yeah.
Job
You
well
mean when
done.
he finishes on her face? Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Either way,
So-
wherever.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible, but as clearly as possible. Barbarian Lord by Matt Smith. Savage Sword of Conan, which I'm figuring we'd probably do either like a Barry Windsor Smith Savage Sword of Conan or,
Yeah,
John
we already did
Buscema.
Red Nails, so
That's right, we did do Red Nails, so that would be John Buscema.
yeah.
That
some
would be John Buscema.
stuff.
Let's see. All right, so Savage Wolverine, Richard Corbin, heavy metal stuff. I mean, that's like the beginning of heavy metal, Let's see. Oh, Joseph Michael Linsner's Wolverine and Black Cat, which I actually have. It's pretty good. The original Gen 13 miniseries. Mark Silvestri Wolverine, Stormwatch, Milk and Cheese, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Asgardian Wars, Executioner's Song, Extinction Agenda, The Crow, the second half of Poison Elves, Headlopper, Walt Simonson's Thor, which, there's a lot of Walt Simonson's
Yeah,
Thor.
the lot
so
of
we'd have
Thor.
to- yeah. X-Men Gifted, Astonishing X-Men, the first one, Gifted. Batman versus Predator, the first one. The second run of Authority with Frank Quitely.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, I love the Authority, so I'm totally down for more Authority. Like, that really was one of my favorite fucking books from Wildstorm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Flaming Carrot, The Boys, Punisher, Circle of Blood, We 3, which is a fucking awesome book, Grendel, Mage, Hero Defined, The Max, what does that say? The Forehead? What?
The forehead. Jesus.
Forever? I don't know what that is, so we're going to skip over that. Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, Wet Works by Will Portacio, Rising Stars, Batman: A Death in the Family, The Pro, Frank Miller's Daredevil, Barry Windsor Smith Machine Man, Kelly Jones Batman, Paul Smith X-Men, Murder Falcon, Batman Judge Dredd, which Bisley was already late on when he was working on Lobo. Let's see. Elektra Assassin, JLA Earth 2 by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely, Transmetropolitan, Faust. Faust is one that I'm definitely going to have to go through and edit the fuck out of.
Yeah, you can't really show much of it.
No, we really. But god damn, Tim Vigil's artwork on that book is so immaculate. I am down with more Authority, the comic book. Let me clarify. All other Authority can fuck right off. Murder Falcon sounds randomly made up. No, it's actually a really good book by Daniel Warren
really
Johnson.
Good. Yeah.
Let's
have
see.
all the issues of that.
Volume 2 of Wildcats. That's when Travis Charest really kind of like
Ooh, yeah.
got good on Wildcats. Body Count and Thumpin' Guts. Those are both Bisley and Kevin Eastman.
Mm-hmm.
Body Count is Raphael and Casey Jones in a miniseries by Bisley and Kevin Eastman. And then Thumpin' Guts is just Kevin Eastman and Bisley just going nuts, doing their own thing. Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, Shirtless Bear Fighter, The Others, Too Much Coffee Man, Monkey Man and O'Brien, The Ecstatics, Cry Dawn, and Stainless Steel Rat.
I'm going with J. Michael Straczynski's Rising Stars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rising Stars.
That's a great series of books.
I've
Even
actually
though-
never read Rising Stars, at least not all the way
That's good.
through.
It was Heroes Before Heroes, I think.
Mhm.
That's what it reminds me of, kind of.
Yep. Matt, what are you picking, Si?
I'm going with either. I think I was gonna say Headlopper, but no, I want to go with that Frank Quietly stuff.
Which
With
one?
The Authority.
Oh,
Second
Authority,
Authority.
Volume 2.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see. What am I going to pick? Fuck, this list has so much good shit on it. Holy
I know.
fuck, man.
Any of it's good.
I know. I mean, any of it we're going to enjoy.
I really enjoyed rereading this Lobo little
I did too,
miniseries.
man.
It was
I
so fucking
really
great.
did. I remember
was like,
the first time I
forgot
read this,
a lot
and I
of
was
this.
just
Yeah.
laughing my ass off. It was so fucking good. Yeah. I think that I'm going to pick... I think I'm going to pick The Pro.
Yeah,
The
that's
Pro
good.
is written
Amanda
by
Connor.
not Grant Morrison. It's written by Garth Ennis with artwork by Amanda Connor and inks by Jimmy Palmiotti. And it's the story of a prostitute that gets superpowers because an alien makes a bet with his little AI friend that anybody could be a superhero, and hilarity ensues. It's fucking great. It's vulgar and fucking awesome. Like, it's seriously, it is so fucking good. So yeah, I'm gonna go with The Pro.
Cool.
All right, chat, do your thing. I am asking you, what are we reading next? So go ahead and hit that poll.
Hit the pull.
Hit the poll. That's right.
Tell your daughters don't hit the pull. But
Yes,
right.
the chat
Stay
does
off
get
the
a vote.
poll.
I just put the poll in the chat. So go ahead and make your selection now. So yeah, I imagine we're going to try to do these more often now that things have calmed down just a wee bit. I don't know, maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, whatever works. Because I mean, I got two superstars that I'm working with here. I got
my
colorist
God.
extraordinaire over here, and I mean, look at this badass shit this dude just made. Like in this time we were right here. Like
I know.
I mean, this is the talent that I'm working with
Fucking
here.
great.
These guys
Hell,
are fucking
buddies.
amazing.
You guys
So,
are my buddies. Come on. You guys
dude,
are my buddies.
We know.
Stop.
You my homie, man. Seriously, I'm so thrilled that I get to do this show with you guys because it is so fun going through some of these old books and talking about the craft, talking about the story, talking about like how it made us feel. Just like the first time we read this kind of shit. You know what I mean? And sometimes the stuff that you guys suggest, it's the first time I read it. Like I Hate Fairyland. I never would have fucking read that book had you not suggested it, Ink. And I fucking love that book now. It's so fucking good. So that's why I love doing this show. It introduces me to new shit. Part of the reason why I like doing Sing Along and Doom is because it introduces me to new music. The chat always telling me new shit to check out. So this list, there's a lot of shit on here I have not read. And it excites me to read new material. It excites me to try new things, read new things. And I get to talk about them with a couple of my buddies. I mean, I fucking love this shit, man. So I'm excited to do more of these, and I'm glad that I'm glad you guys are here for the ride.
Yeah.
Score.
Well, I mean, it's
Ink's internet apparently said no.
Yeah, right.
is my internet out?
You blocked out. You're like, it's like. Yeah.
No, it's got me definitely like I'm collecting again, and I had stopped for a long time, and now I'm like going back and grabbing all these back issues that that we read and shit. So yeah. It's, like I just got a whole run of Willis Bertaccio on X-Men and just like good stuff. Like trying to find all the wet works, Sergio Aragones, all this stuff, man. Just I love comics are great. I wish more kids like the digital age like really killed it, but I wish kids could like see how cool comics are. Like the talent and all the work that goes into them.
Well, I mean, all the work that used to go into them. A lot of. I mean, I'm not. I know we bag on the modern stuff a lot, and I'm sure these people are working hard to the best of their ability, but there's a different level of artists, there's a different level of creation back in the day. You know what I mean? The people that were making this stuff were draftsmen, from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. These were draftsmen.
Yeah, they were guys that could have been like high dollar fine artists, look at Wrightson and Plug and all them. I mean, them guys could
deserve
fucking draw,
nor
man.
Plug. Yeah. These are like just
even
S-tier
Buscema.
level
Like have you seen the early on Savage Sword? Buscema was doing this fucking amazing shit. Like wow, it looks like he was doing like that super detailed. And then who was the guy that was inking him? I can't remember. It started with an A, like Acuna or something like that, but I can't remember. It sucks because the guy was so good. Like when he inked over Buscema, it was just magic. It was beautiful.
Yep. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to make sure that people are paying attention to. People are seeing. I mean, I realize this stuff made an impact when it came out and whatnot, but with the way things progress and whatnot, it seems like this stuff gets forgotten because it's not constantly put out there in the public eye. And, the public eye is all about like this new shit that doesn't have any fucking detail. It looks like it was slapdash together. It's all digital. And no, I'm not saying that there can't be good digital art, but the problem that I see that people run into is that they're all using the same goddamn brushes to draw everything. So everything looks smoothed over with the same fucking pastiche of blah. You know what I mean?
It should be
nothing
just like
stands out anymore.
Any
nothing
other medium. Like find your own
looks
path.
like Bisley.
So yeah.
Nothing looks like like nothing looks like Sal Buscema. Nothing looks like John Buscema. Nothing looks like Mark Silvestri except Mark Silvestri. You know what I mean? The people that are doing this stuff now, they all look the same. Like Pepe Larraz is a very competent artist, very talented. Unfortunately, he's doing this shit digitally, and it all looks exactly like everything else that's coming out from him, indistinguishable from the rest of the herd. And when you do that, your shit gets lost.
Well, I think it's the slick look. Like they've got these tools that lets you be super slick, and then so you're not getting the natural like flaws in your line work and stuff. Like you don't have those happy accidents. If you do, you just fix them. So everything's just super slick. It's like you're
overly refined.
Overly refined. Like you don't get that little bit of extra. Like I'll bring up Jason in that regards because his style is so unique. It's not a slick, like digital look to it. It's like he leaned into his style, and I think that's what's missing. Like people where you can automatically look at their work and go, "Oh, that's Jim Lee. That's Mark Silvestri." Like don't try to be them guys. Be you. Like be so unique when people look at your stuff. They're like, "Oh, I know who did that." That's Matt Bahr, 2-time Emmy-nominated Matt Bahr.
Hyper-talented Matt Bahr.
And you are correct, 80s Made. The people that made it wanted to be there too. Yes, they did. They
Shut the
wanted to make
goddamn
comics. They wanted to, they wanted to make something good. All right, so
What do we
let's see,
got,
we've got
guys?
6 votes, and we've got how many people in the chat? Oh, there's only 4 watching now. So we had people show up just to vote. That's cool. So it looks like we are going for Rising Stars.
All right.
I know it's a long series, so what do you think? The first 10 issues?
Is it that long?
Are there trades for that?
I think there's only one trade for it. I thought it was 15 issues long. I can't remember.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not super long. Let's see. Rise. How many issues?
There's a compendium paperback on Amazon for $60 fucking bucks. God damn.
It's
Damn,
20.
eat a dick.
24 issues.
24 issues, yeah.
All right, so you want to do the first 12?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Hang
can
on,
do that.
That's my earbuds. Hang
First
on.
12.
Sorry.
We're not going to get to see the ending, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
hopefully that will encourage people to go check it out on their own.
Yeah, they went through a lot of artists on this series too. Like the very first artist was really, really good, and then they switched a few times. Lashley, is it Lashley? That yeah.
Well, I
Lashley
mean, they
did a
had
few
they
issues.
had Kyo Cha, they had Dave
Yeah,
Finch, they
dude.
had Carl
Yeah.
Moline, Brett Anderson. I mean, they had a lot of people.
I
but
don't know where
they
that
all-
guy went, but that Cha guy was
Oh, dude, he
fucking
was
amazing,
amazing.
dude.
Chances are he probably went into storyboarding like all of the fucking talented people we had in the 90s.
Yeah, because
In
he
the
was
early
amazing
2000s.
on that book, man. It was like the
'Cause
first
comics
few
don't pay
issues.
shit.
Great.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right.
Sorry.
I will drop the link to this this compendium in the chat so you guys can check it out. Yeah. J. Michael Straczynski's fucking great. Anyway, I mean we did the Amazing Spider-Man run that he did with JR, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that whole entire series because. Straczynski introduced the whole spider totem thing, which, Slott then spun into the Spider-Verse, and that's why we've got all these different versions of Spider-Man now. So yeah, Rising Stars, we're going to do the first 12 issues on the next Do You Even Read? So yeah, thank you all so much for coming to hang out. Guys, is there anything else you want to say about Lobo the Last CZARNIAN before we wrap up?
No, it's just a fucking wild ride.
Hell yeah. Damn good book.
Yeah.
Damn good book.
Ditto.
All right. Thank you guys for coming to hang out, and we will see you next time. Later.